did you not cut down the beanstalk when the ogre was on?
Yes, I did.
Did you in fact steal the bag of gold?
I did not steal it because it was my property.
People, here's the bag of gold. You stole it.
I did not steal it.
Then what would you like to call it?
Well, I want to call it stealing. Stole from myself. My own property.
Was you or was you not intending to steal the golden heart?
I was not intending to steal because it was on my property.
Alright, then why didn't you have a vine or a beanstalk up to your property in the first place?
Because, like, I saw this weird guy. I was, looking to sell my cow, and he's like, I'll sell you these beans,
Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask for the gold instead of taking it?
Huh?
Why didn't you, at least, kind of ask for the gold?
Would you like to have a giant killian?
Okay. Why didn't you use the gold to invest in a business?
Because I'm really lazy.
Why didn't your mom do it?
Because my mom is abusive.
Why did you attempt to steal the heart after you already had more gold than you needed?
Because we ran out of gold, so I had to go back up and steal.
But you had a hen that would lay a golden egg every time you said lay.
Well, I didn't have that yet.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You stole a hen that laid golden eggs.
I did not steal.
How do you feel about stealing the gold in the hen?
Well, you see, sir, I did not steal.
Do you have any evidence that you didn't steal
These beans. Oh, wait. I mean, it's part of the beanstalk right here.
But your mom hid the beans out the window and they grew a beanstalk up. And you went up there and you stole or took a bag of gold and a hen that laid golden eggs, and then you tried to steal a golden heart. Did you?
Well, sure. Would you please repeat that question?
Did you not, or did you take, or whatever you want to call it, the bag of gold?
I got a bag of gold.
Do you have evidence that is your property?
This beanstalk right here.
Asked and answered. You keep asking the same questions. Move on.
Alright. Did you really need the golden heart, or did you just try to get it to have more gold?
I needed that heart.
For what?
For, so I could have my money. Because I didn't have any, because we ran out of the sack.
You had a hen that laid golden eggs. You could have sold them for food or whatever you want.
Well, see, I didn't have that yet.
No further questions.
give their closing statements to the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have shown that the defendant, Jack, is not guilty of criminal trespass, murder, burglary, and theft. The evidence shows that the defendant, Jack, is not guilty because he's responsible for the ogre's death in his own self-defense. The items he took were on his property and for his own good. He is not guilty of theft because it was his beanstalk and his property. The ogre's wife let him in.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have shown you that the defendant, Jack, is guilty of murder, theft, burglary, and criminal trespass. The evidence shows that the defendant, Jack, is guilty because Jack got an axe and cut the beanstalk in two, intentionally killing the ogre. The first time he went to the ogre's house, he wasn't intending to steal until he saw the gold. The first time he waited until the ogre was asleep to steal the bag of gold, afraid that the ogre might, as he overheard the ogre's and his wife's conversation, kill him. And that the third time he stole the golden heart, which played whenever you said sing, when he already had the hen before that could lay golden eggs. And so our team that is trying to prove that Jack is guilty thinks that he got greedy and just decided that he wanted the heart. You must find the defendant, Jack, guilty as charged.
Will the defendant please rise? Alright, once again, you need 7 either way. Alright, on the count of murder, we have 1 not guilty, 2 not guilty, 3 not guilty, 4 not guilty, 5 not guilty, 6 not guilty, 7 not guilty. He is not found guilty of murder. Actually, it was not unanimous, but it was 12-1, so good job. Alright. Alright. Second one was theft. We have 1 guilty, 2 guilty, 1 not guilty, 3 guilty, 4 guilty, 2 not guilty, 3 not guilty. How many guilty was that? 4. 5 guilty, 6 guilty, 7 guilty, 8 guilty, 9 guilty. He is guilty of theft, felony theft. Alright, burglary. Charge 3, burglary. 1 not guilty, 1 guilty, 2 not guilty, 2 guilty, 3 guilty, 4 guilty, 3 not guilty, 4 not guilty, 5 not guilty, 5 guilty, 6 guilty, 7 guilty. He is guilty of burglary. And finally, criminal trespass. We got 1 guilty, 2 guilty, 3 guilty, 4 guilty, 5 guilty, 1 not guilty, 6 guilty, 7 guilty, 8 guilty, 8 guilty. So it seems to be 8-5. Alright, so he is found guilty of theft, burglary, and trespass, but not guilty of murder. So he will get out of jail in about 10 years.